Hello and welcome once again to another weekly comic book review video featuring me, your host, the Spence Dog. Oh, by the way, I hope everyone has had a very good New Year so far. It's only been a couple of days. Pretty good New Year for me, but anywho, let's get talking about some comics. Alright, so this weekend I got the chance to read the comics from last week, and we're going to start off with the stuff from DC first. Alright, Titans number 6. Looks like the return of Wally West. That story arc has finally come to an end. Overall, really good story, and in this issue, what we see Wally, he comes to the realization he has to move on from Linda. Like, he pines for her so much, but he realizes that the history between him and her has been wiped out of existence completely. But in his Speed Force hallucination he has in this issue, the Speed Force Linda basically tells him he needs to move on and give her time to eventually recapture and have that same relationship he had in the past continuity with her. And overall, great story. I honestly thought Kadabra, I thought at first he was a okay villain, but at the end, I thought he was pretty good overall. Plus, big, juicy spoilers right here. More Watchmen references. We had the name drop Manhattan. So, it's pretty much confirmed the Watchmen are a part of the DC universe. And I'm really excited to see this moving forward. Also, at the end of the issue, we see Deathstroke making his appearance. So, that rumor that I heard a couple months ago seems to be true. Looks like we may be getting a revamped Judas Contract story, possibly down the road. So, color me excited. Also, my review for this one, 9 out of 10. Good issue. Alright, Detective Comics 947. Yes, the Victim Syndicate storyline has come to a close. In the words of Jim Ross, by God Almighty, Stephanie Brown turned heel. Yeah, looks like Stephanie, she's just had it with Batman and the rest of them. After all that emotional trauma and stress she's been through, she just sort of snapped. Basically, she went to the idea, if Batman and the rest of them do not see how I want them to live their life, I'm going to ruin their lives for them and interfere with their vigilante work. It's sort of sad to see that. Stephanie tried so hard to, she's been dealing with Tim's death and then the attack from the Victim Syndicate. Tynion has done a good character piece for Stephanie Brown this arc, and really interested to see what he's going to do going forward with, if there's going to be more character development pieces for the other characters. Also, once again, more Watchmen references, because at the end of this issue we see Tim Drake trying to escape his cell, but he gets ported back in, and he asks the questions, why are you keeping me here? And then there's a shadowy figure. I honestly think it's Ozymandias from Watchmen, and he says all will be revealed soon. So, good stuff so far. I'm going to give this issue 8.5 out of 10. And then, Mother Panic number 2. I like this series so far. It's only been 2 issues, but my one complaint, the plot, it's been moving very slowly. But basically what we get in this issue, Violet Page is just basically cracking skulls and taking names, and it looks like she goes after one of her father's best friends in this issue, and looks like this guy is sort of a slimy pervert in a way. Like, there's this idea that there's these girls that have gone missing in Gotham City, and they're like teenagers, and Violet wants to know what's the plan with them. But we still, as readers, do not know. And in the flashbacks in this issue, it's sort of her childhood trauma sort of more revealed, because in this past issue, she thinks that her father was going to let this old friend of his, sleep with her. So, yeah, a little bit. This stuff is designed for mature readers, so keep that in mind. Also, we had a special guest appearance of Batwoman, so Color Me surprised once again. Overall, good stuff, good content, but where's the plot going? 7.5 out of 10 for this one. And now for Marvel. Alrighty, Ghost Rider #2. I'm very surprised with this series so far. It's been surprisingly good. We have seen Robbie in the first issue, but we've been seeing a lot more of the new Wolverine. Laura Kinney, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, and Amadeus Cho. So far, these guys are stealing the book right now, and I'm gonna be honest. At first, I didn't really like Amadeus in the first issue of Ghost Rider, but after I read this issue, the guy's a goofball idiot. But I guess he means well in a sense. Like, he's still trying to figure out his place in the Marvel universe, how to use his powers and all that stuff. And yeah, so basically, the new Wolverine and Hulk try to take down this like purple space monster, and they fail miserably. And it looks like if it gets any of an enhanced person's blood, it'll absorb and gain their superpowers. So what happens if it gets Ghost Rider's blood? That does sound interesting. But overall, and right now with Robbie, he is dealing with power upgrades from being more connected with Eli, and that's making him sick. And then he's still dealing with the trouble with him and Eli, like trying to get along. But at the end of the issue, looks like we're gonna finally get a Ghost Rider fight. So good stuff from Felipe Smith. I'm really liking it. And also, I've noticed that the team up that they have going, it's a homage to the old 90s Fantastic Four roster of the Hulk, Spider-Man. I don't know which Ghost Rider, if it was Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze. If you do know, comment in the comment section below. And who else? So Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and the Hulk. Yeah, all those. But cool little homage right there. I like it. And then there is Infamous Iron Man #3. I know some of you may have a love or hate relationship with Brian Michael Bendis and the way he writes. I honestly think this may be his best title right now going on in Marvel. Really, really interesting stuff. Like, for a while now, like, Doctor Doom has been the big bad of the Marvel universe, but now we're seeing a side to him where he's like, was all this super villainy stuff worth it? And now he's like questioning that and trying to turn a new leaf and become a good person by becoming Iron Man. And in this issue, it really does good justice to Victor Von Doom. Like, great character development from Brian Michael Bendis. And oh yeah, we had a fight scene between Doctor Doom and the Hulk. It was sort of a cop-out. Like, we did see the fight, but it didn't really happen in a way. But great issue overall. And yeah, may have to keep on reading it until this arc finishes up. And then, oh yeah, 2 comics that I got the chance to read this weekend that just came out recently, Hawkeye #1 and Gamora #1. Both had very strong first issues. Hawkeye, I honestly, after I read that, I love Kate Bishop now. She's sassy, she's funny, and she's got a little bit of humor with it as well. Great issue, and I think this is honestly important. This issue would just reinforce the idea of don't be a bitter asshole troll on the internet and try to like be mean and try to harass other people. That was the message I got from this. Really liked it overall. Kelly Thompson, I think, is going to do a very, very good job with this series. I'm going to have to give Hawkeye a solid 9 out of 10. And then Gamora #1. Really impressed with that as well. So basically what it looks like, it's the story of her being raised under Thanos' tutelage and how she got along with Nebula. So it's really interesting so far. Don't want to spoil too much because I'd like to know what you think about it if you've had the chance to read it. Overall, great comics these past week, and looking forward to the stuff this upcoming week. Also, if you like my video, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at SpenceDogYoy. Once again, thank you for watching my video and have a great day.